Welcome, everybody, to the very first episode of Game Geezing. I'm here with. This is basically just the four squares of the greatest human beings on this earth that gaming ever created. My name is Nathan Napalm. And introduce yourself, guys.
Hi, my name is Steve Garnett, a man with passion and adventure and exploration. That's right, I do all those things in video games. Glad to be here with you.
Very nice. And his brother is here as well.
That's right. Dave, the Dave Bear Garnett, with a little bit of that pepper. From my old game Geezin.
Gotta be Geezin. And then, of course, last but not least, the man who brought the entire idea of the cringe after party, beating a dead pony, Mr. Daimlos.
What a magical moment that was. And here we are now. We've come together and we've got a Geezin gamer podcast that we're going to talk about. Hello, everybody. I'm Daimlos. It's nice to be here. We'll just jump right in, boys. I feel very passionate about this one, and I know you guys are going to too. This is absolutely this news. It was fate, right? It was fate that this news came to us as geezer gaming people, that the greatest topic of all time is going to be our first topic ever. I can't believe that this happened.
So
we are finally getting.
We are moving
Golden Girls JRPG.
Oh wait, not yet. Hang on, we got a bumper for that. Hang on, here we go, guys. First section. Here we go.
Oh, sorry.
Action.
Sorry, everyone. This is new stuff for me. Bumpers. I don't do bumpers, so thank you for putting up with me. Yes, we had the segment here called Game News of the Week. We, as geezer gamers, have the greatest game to talk about. Thank you. We now have a Golden Girls JRPG game to play coming at the end of the year. I am stoked for this game, boys. I don't know about you. I love the Golden Girls. Love them. Celebrate the entire collection, if you will.
Yeah.
How you guys feeling? You heard this, right? You heard that this game is coming.
I did not.
I did,
yeah.
and I'm excited. It's a JRPG, first of all, based in its canon to the Golden Girls lore. And we're not making this up.
100% canon. 100% canon.
100% canon.
In the trailer.
I'm super excited about this one.
It's a little weird that
It's done in the style of Persona 5.
That's crazy.
It is.
I've never played a Persona game. I have no idea what to expect. Has Steve, Nathan, Dave, have you played Persona at all?
I have. I'm obsessed with it, actually. I love Persona 5. It's one of my faves.
Yeah, I played Persona 5.
Sweet. This is going to be a sweet Golden Girls game.
I played Persona, but it was too long for me to finish.
The menus,
That's what
everything are
I'm
like
nervous.
kind of over the top, and that's kind of what they're going for with Golden Girls too. It does have that feel where it's just kind of like super in your face kind of UI.
Yeah.
So super exciting! I can't wait for the Golden Girls JRPG.
I can't even believe that this is a game getting made, to be honest. Like, what the heck? Hilarious. When you first sent me the message about it, I'm like, yeah, right. And then I looked it up and I was like, oh my gosh, there's even a trailer.
Now, here's my only thing I'm going to say, though, is that I am worried. Sometimes news like this comes out and it's not real. It's presented as real, but it never actually comes into fruition. For example,
That would break my heart.
the KFC console, for example, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but this would actually break my heart for multiple reasons. The number one being, I'm excited to see how well they translate that sexiness from Blanche onto the game screen. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. Sexy.
I'm sure most everybody agrees with me on that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
the
yeah.
game, there better be, like, just like with most games that come from Japan, for this game, there for sure better be a swimsuit DLC pack.
Swimsuit DLC, it better have some sort of dating sim aspect to it as well.
I bet it will, especially with Blanche, man. Think
yeah.
about it.
Yeah,
you
for
know
sure.
that, because that's in Persona. It's like something you can do. I bet we'll be able to do it.
I hope so.
That if they go all out as Persona, then that will be one of the craziest games ever made.
You know what I think they're gonna do? I think it'll actually have storylines from the series, like as quests.
Yeah, and the stories are going to be 100% canon to the show.
And that's why, because it's going to be from the show. That's what I believe. Because it's hard to claim 100% canon unless you're drawing from the actual show itself, right?
Well, we definitely in the trailer, we saw palm trees. So it's in Miami, which is where they're located. But
Exactly.
the game is called Takes Manhattan. So at some point they travel to New York.
Oh, we're going to New York,
I bet
baby.
they're going on a
We're
trip
going to New
there.
York,
It's about to
baby.
go on a trip there and an adventure
Oh.
ensues.
We know why Blanche is going.
Oh,
know what I mean?
buddy.
Yeah, we do.
We're gonna
She
have
was
some fun.
she's the feisty one, you know? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited now.
Dave, you might not be allowed to buy this game if that's how you're going to go about this.
So another piece of gaming news today, or not today, but this week, is the Resident Evil 4 demo hit.
Yeah, it did.
Anybody dive into that?
I have not, and I'm bad nowadays. I usually don't like to play demos. I don't know. It just kind of takes me.
Ruins it.
It's weird. A little bit. It's like I just want to experience it when I'm really playing the game for the first time. You know.
I actually genuinely do not feel that way. I'm all of. I just said this to you guys not that long ago that I wish every single game had a demo.
I actually do too, though. I actually agree with you on that, even if I don't play them.
Right.
No, in the
right.
reality though, I don't normally play the demos, but I think there are some games that need it. I don't think Resident Evil is one of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I will play a demo if it's a game like I don't even know if I want to buy this.
Yeah.
And I play a demo, might change my mind. But some games, I'm gonna buy Resident Evil 4. I don't need a demo.
Right? Who's playing the demo? At this point, if you've played any of the remakes, right?
Yeah.
At what point do you need a demo for that to tell you to make yourself know you're going to buy it or
Well,
not?
I honestly think for Resident Evil, it's less about showing the game off as it is keeping us excited, and like just it's more of like, here it is, look how sweet it's going to be.
Yeah.
Get hyped. Let's get some more pre-orders going. Right?
You know what?
I
have
totally
been
get
told-
that too, though.
I have been told this, guys, and maybe this is just our age, but I have been told and seen recently that people that are still into Resident Evil are just old people.
That probably is true.
There you go.
That's true. I've heard that.
Yeah.
I don't believe that per se.
It may be
but,
true
you know.
though. It makes sense to me that it's more geared.
It's
towards
an
the older-
Elders game. It's an Elders game.
It fits for the show though.
At this point.
You know, I can kind of see that because we kind of grew up with it or whatever. Now my son though loves it. He 100% them all. He gets all the trophies. He's obsessed with Resident Evil. So it
I
has.
bet he's pumped then.
He is, and he's
Oh,
feeling
dude,
like
if-
you,
if
Steve.
you-
He doesn't want to play the demo because he knows we're gonna have the game. so.
Most kids his age and a little under that, if you say like survival horror, whatever, which back in the days that was survival horror.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
You're
you
saying
tell somebody
survival
that-
horror or survival horror?
Eh,
What?
I think the Golden Girls RPG might be survival horror, maybe.
Yeah, survival horror. No, but it's they don't like those style of games anymore. They like the
Yeah.
ones where you're like out trying to actually survive and live.
They kind of branched away from calling it survival horror, though.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
had
They
to
had.
that
because the survival genre emerged, really.
You can craft in Resident Evil 4, though. I'm just saying. It does have crafting. You can make your own bullets, and you can mix
And
herbs.
you can mix the herbs, yeah.
That's right. So it does have some crafting, so I think it may have a small... I do think that the Resident Evil series, especially 1, 2, 3, okay, 4, and 7 and 8, those, I think, have appeal for almost anybody. Those are just really good, solid games, in my opinion.
No, I agree, dude. I think all the remakes they've done so far are awesome.
Does anybody have anything else from...
The one thing I wanted to mention is, so 2 days ago was Mario Day, right? And Nintendo announced a Mario Day Nintendo Switch, right?
Okay.
Yeah, special edition Mario Switch.
But the cool thing about it, I thought, was I hope something that they continue to do in future bundles or whatever. It came with a free game, right? But you got to pick what game between 3 games. I just thought that was a pretty cool idea.
That is a pretty good idea. And what are the three
Like,
games? Mario
It let you
Kart.
pick between Mario Kart, Mario Odyssey, and what was the other one? I can't remember. Can't remember what the other one was, but there was
Mario
another
Rabbids.
one. No, it was something actually good.
Oh,
Burn.
oh, that hurts right in my heart, Steven.
No, you don't understand what I'm saying. I do think that those are good games, but they are so cheap to buy so
Oh.
fast after they release that it would be lame to have to pick one of those as your free one.
I see
That
that.
is
I see
why I
what you
say
mean.
that.
Okay, that makes sense. Because Odyssey and Mario Kart they've held their value because they still sell.
Full price. Yeah.
Mario Kart
Well, the
still hits
reason
the
why-
top selling games often. Still.
Yeah, well,
It
know
was
what's
really
interesting
good.
is
It was a really good game.
It is a good game.
the reason why Mario Rabbids is so cheap to get is because it's actually an Ubisoft game, technically. So that's why it's like the only Mario game that drops below its normal retail.
Have you guys tried out this is new, or have you looked into it at all? The Dead Cells Return to Castlevania.
It looks awesome. It does look cool. I don't think
does
I'm
look
actually
good.
going to play it all. I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
I don't know that I am,
Really?
but I know it's pushed Konami into really being more excited and getting ready for a new Castlevania game.
Is that true?
Yeah, which I will want to play that.
Now that
Interesting.
would interest me for sure. A new Castlevania game. And I'll tell you what, maybe we save this for another topic, but real quick I just want to say that the 3D Castlevanias weren't as bad as everybody talks about. They weren't bad. They were decent games. But
There's no Symphony of the Night.
there were no Symphony of the Night. I would prefer them do 2D, but if they announced a 3D one, I would still be pretty excited.
Give it a go. I mean, at least one.
Absolutely.
I just
Anything?
realize that's going to be me all this whole podcast and be like, it's not as good as this old game.
Well, that's what we do as gaming geezers. That's
Gaming and Geezin.
Game to Geezin. So,
Game Geezers.
was there anything else noteworthy that anybody noticed that's happened here recently in gaming?
one of our favorite games, Pokemon, is finally owning up to some glitches in their game and putting out a new patch to hopefully fix all that stuff.
What do you think?
I'll be
about
honest
that?
with you guys. I haven't even played it because of it.
It
It's
was
turned
that
me
bad for you?
completely off.
Really?
Yeah,
Dude.
I just haven't picked it up.
I'm going to be honest. I have barely had any issues with
Me
it
too.
the whole time I played it. Like, the only thing that I ever saw when I played the game was sometimes in the background, like in the far background, characters walking around would be like crappy frame rates.
Oh, it was really bad about that. Yeah.
And that was like it for me.
I saw videos where people couldn't even walk around hardly.
I
at
saw that
times.
Yeah, I
too.
saw those videos too, but that just did not happen.
It didn't happen to me either, but it did
Not
happen to
even
you,
once.
Dimos. Is that what happened?
It just was the whole kind of situation just turned me off. So I turned it off and didn't pick it back up, unfortunately. So
He wasn't
I need to
happy.
get back at it.
He wasn't
Oh, yeah,
happy
just
that
wasn't
Nintendo
happy.
pulled an E EA.
Basically.
Yeah.
So you come out with the prior game, The Legend of Arceus,
Which
and
was
that's the best Pokemon game they've ever made by far.
I agree.
And then they churn out this bullshit that's not even done. And I get it. You're doing 2 games in 1 year. Thank you, GameSoft or whatever.
Game Freak, yeah.
You guys know it's Game Freak though. It's
Yeah,
not
Game
Nintendo.
Freak. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but
But the reason why that they had to release the game basically unfinished is because this is so ridiculous and absurd. But it was because of the schedule for the anime.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They had that
Yeah.
all in the plans. But nonetheless, I don't deserve that Game Freak vanguarded my Pokemon game. That's not fair to me.
No, I hear
don't
you.
ever
Dude.
did-
I get
No
it.
one should be vanguarded.
yeah,
Like if this
Bro,
happened with Final
bro.
Fantasy, I would be a little
Bro,
annoyed.
guys, I play Madden every single year.
Oh, so you're.
Oh,
You guys,
yeah.
you guys don't even get to complain about poor gameplay. All right.
What? Well, yeah, you're playing the same game since 1999.
I
Paying
have been,
$60
and it's been polished every year.
yeah. I want to say this real quick though. When Pokemon Scarlet and Violet sold, and I would argue the same for Madden for sure. When they sold 18 million units, and they knew they were going to sell a crap ton of this game, And even though it's not Nintendo, Pokemon is specifically a Nintendo brand.
Right.
Nintendo should have realized, because there's some quality testing going on there, right? Nintendo should have realized this wasn't quite up to snuff and done something, right? Like poured, final couple of months,
agree with that.
poured some of their staff in there to help them get it out, being that it was this big of a title for the Switch.
No, I totally
Pretty
agree with
disappointing.
that. And it's weird in a way too. And the reason why, I mean, it's weird because it's like their normal titles, that are developed by them are almost flawless usually.
Yeah, I know. Nintendo themselves still
Yeah.
almost has a flawless record. I struggle to think of a time that they screwed up. I can think of a few, but it was in their earlier days. I'm sorry, this is going to hurt some people's feelings, but Zelda 2, in my opinion, was a screw-up, coming off the success of Zelda 1, and then to go in that weird direction with Zelda 2. I like that game. I played it a lot as a kid. Never beat it. It's really freaking hard, but...
Hard game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still look back, I'm like, that's just, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? Now, I will say this, it was revolutionary. Games like Castlevania 2 obviously took massive inspiration from Zelda 2 and lots of other cool games, but
Yeah.
they just haven't messed up much, and I still wouldn't call this a screw-up 100% on Nintendo. I think they got to share the blame, because it's Pokemon's their franchise, it's never going to be
they
on
were the
Sony.
ones that ultimately said yes.
Yeah, they're the one that
so
gave it the seal of approval and greenlighted it. Good to launch. So, but hey,
hopefully
Game
this
Freak.
fixes it.
Game Freak, I gotta say, even though I love Pokemon, I play them. I gotta say, Game Freak just isn't really a top tier company, man. They've really just kind of been milking. I mean, they're good and I like them. But
Why wouldn't you? Why would you do anything else when you don't have to?
I
Let
agree.
me just play this one game.
I
and
agree.
Be done.
I agree.
And they don't have tons of experience developing 3D games yet, I feel like, compared to some companies.
Yeah.
Isn't League of Legends the same way? They only have the one game.
They only need the one game.
They only need the one
If
game,
you
I
only
guess.
need
Yeah.
one. I don't want to put out any other games if I only need this one.
I
there's no
agree.
point.
I honestly agree with that, though. So
And I want to
Yeah.
talk about two more subjects chat brought up that are really big that happened here this week, which is that Square Enix closed the Forspoken studio after
Yeah,
that.
I saw that.
yeah.
After that travesty of a mess of a game. So the sad part about Forspoken is not that it's a terrible game. It's just that it's so medium salsa, bland nothingness, nothing special at all, that it's
Hasn't
a
been
bad
for a
game.
while.
This I played it. This is a game where, like, if you randomly are in the store one day and you see it for $20 and you pick it up and then go and play, you're like, that was pretty sweet for $20.
Yeah, but for 70, right? $69.99. And man, maybe I'm wrong here, but I swear that back when the PS5 was new, which has been ages ago by now, that Forspoken was shown almost as a centerpiece of what the PS5 was capable of. Am I wrong?
No, they did use that.
And it's weird because already, and I know that's been a few years ago, but it wasn't that impressive actually in graphics. I mean, it didn't look horrible, but I wouldn't call it impressive either. And I was super impressed with the trailers, etc.
Yeah, no, it's weird. It's like the graphics got, like, kind
Dumbed
of
down.
landed down or something.
well,
yeah.
it was unveiled. It was unveiled, whatever, in 2020, right before like all the whole COVID stuff. So I'm assuming that had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, could have. Who
I'll tell you,
knows?
there's a funny of them on the launch day that they posted, I think, to Twitter. And it's all the main developers or whatever. And there's a guy hiding behind the sign. Like, that guy knew, dude. That guy was like, I don't want my face on this product. This ain't going to go
Get me
over
out of
well."
here. Get me out of here.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. Like, dude, I'm sorry, but I don't. This is probably definitely a coincidence. But like, for the fact that it's like a game that you like cast magic
Yeah.
at stuff right when Hogwarts Legacy basically comes out, like that makes the game even look worse.
That's a good point, too.
Just having to be out at the same time as Hogwarts Legacy because it's so much better.
Yeah. And the other piece chat mentioned that's big is Starfield. Starfield got delayed. I'm not shocked by that at all.
Not at
Yeah,
all.
that's moved to September, so it's coming out after Baldur's Gate 3 now. Well, if it doesn't get delayed again, what do you got? What's the getting your feelers or old geezer wrinkly hands on this? What do you guys think of, like, what do you think's going on? Do you think that do you think they're just polishing it and it's just they're taking it that seriously, or do you think Bethesda's just it sucks and they're trying to make it not suck? What do you guys think?
Bro, it sucks because Microsoft has to push it back. It's all because of Microsoft. They can't have a stinker like that. They're already about to go under.
A stinker.
Under Microsoft?
Wow, they're garbage.
I mean, you may not be wrong, but they can just stop making consoles and still be in the game,
Yeah,
just like Sega did.
yeah,
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah,
smoother than Sega.
I mean, like,
Smoother.
Sonic alone is, to me, bigger and better than anything Microsoft has ever done. Just saying.
Halo?
Yeah, but consumers will disagree with you for reasons like they own Halo, they own Gears of War. Now they own Elder Scrolls and everything else pretty much.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for the new Elder Scrolls game. So we're just playing. You want to talk about the same game just over and over again?
Dude, once the new Elder
You would
Scrolls
know.
finally
You would
comes
be
out,
the king of
it will
that.
come out 30 more times after that.
Mm.
Yeah, they're gonna
probably.
release it for the next 25 generations, whatever it is. So we're good to go.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. Yeah, but I honestly think that, I mean, they didn't even still show a lot of gameplay. You could see it in the background. That the guy was supposedly playing in the background on the couch when they were giving the announcement, but they didn't show like up in your face gameplay. I think there's major hurdles. This is just my opinion, but it does feel as if the Xbox is really having trouble delivering, man. It feels like that every time there's a multi-release game, the PlayStation has the lead, even though technically under the hood, the Xbox should be smoking it. And I think they're just struggling to get the performance out of Xbox, out of what their vision was for the game. I think they're struggling to make it happen in a way that actually feels good for the player.
Well, you're not all invested in. You're still half in computer gaming, right? Like
Right.
you're the king of PC.
Yeah.
That's where your time and money goes to.
And
we've
that's
got-
where it should go to.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, do you guys remember the Microsoft phone?
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, that's the Xbox in my opinion.
Oof. That's a ooh.
Man.
Ooh, that hurts my feelings
Dang,
because
dude.
I really like the original Xbox, and I really loved the 360. I thought that was a super awesome console, and then that was kind of it for me for Xbox so far. But yeah. Anything?
It's just that anything I want to play is either on PlayStation or Nintendo. There's nothing on Microsoft that I can't get on one of those two machines.
Or PC if you need to.
Yeah, they made it too
I
easy.
mean, that's the thing.
They made it too easy. It's with Game Pass. All their major releases are going to be available on PC anyway, so I have no desire to get an Xbox. Which I'm okay with that because it saves me money, right? But it's just a weird move. It's just such a weird move for Microsoft.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's
and
weird.
I think that pretty much covers everything, unless you guys had anything else in your pockets for news.
Oh yeah, that definitely covers the news.
That covers it for me.
Sounds like there's a bumper coming up.
Yep, here we go. Next section. Here we go.
Game of the month.
5.
Ladies and gentlemen, gamers and enthusiasts alike, it's time to unveil our latest segment, the Games of the Month. Here we aim to bring you the most thrilling and exciting games that have been dominating the industry. We know how important it is to keep up with ever-changing landscape of gaming, and that's why our team of experts is dedicated to bringing you the latest and greatest games each month. This is Game of the Month.
What?
Nice.
Did
He
you
had a
just do
script.
there?
He had a freaking script for that.
So professional. So professional. People are going to get the wrong idea of this.
Oh, but here we go. Games of the month, March. Okay, so obviously Resident Evil is coming out this month, yeah?
Mhm.
So, I mean, that's like such an obvious choice, right?
True.
There's nothing else coming out on a grand scale. Like, the other games I'm interested in this month is Atelier Ryza 3.
Right.
And I don't even know if there is anything else that I'm buying that I haven't already bought. But, so I'm going to pick a weird one. My game of the month right now, until I actually play Resident Evil 4 or possibly Atelier Ryza 3, is this weird game I just randomly got called Little Witch No Beta. You guys heard of this game?
No.
So this is a weird game. Like you play as like this little witch, right? And it's like a Souls-like game, but you're like going around in these dungeons, and you can like cast magic like it's a third-person shooter kind of, or you can like attack with their wand, and like the bosses are hard, man. But it's actually super fun somehow. It's actually a really solid game. It's good.
Interesting.
So that's my game of the month for right now.
I've not even
actually
heard
have
of
a
that.
video on my
Did that
channel.
just come out?
Just check it out. Yeah, it just came out.
I'm
kinda
really
cool.
I'm really surprised that that's yours.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I
It's-
actually
it's
am as
really
well,
good.
Dave.
I
Maybe
thought it
we're
would
on
be.
the same thing.
I thought it would be the Bayonetta Origins game for Switch coming out.
Yeah, that is in my list of
Mm.
games that could potentially overthrow.
Yeah.
For right now,
Okay.
So we're just saying
That's
for
my
right
pick.
now what we think the best will be. So we
Ah,
could change our
definitely.
opinion as the weeks progress and as these games release.
it's a contender for me.
What about you, Daimless? What's your game of the month right now?
So I thought Steve was going to pick up on mine. There's a little title coming out towards the end of the month that I think Steve's going to be really, really interested in. It's called Chef Life Restaurant Simulator.
No. No, don't need to play no games like that. Don't need to play no games like that.
Oh my goodness. That
Dude.
is a strange pick. All right, let's hear about it.
Like
I
work the
watched
game.
I watched some footage of this, and I think, Steve, you would be absolutely miserable playing this game. How would you feel if you had to work your 12-hour shift and then come home and play a video game where you had to prepare food, get things ready for the restaurant for the night, then, cook the food and
Uh-huh.
serve it to the people, all the while trying to keep your restaurant in business with expiring meats and goods and produce and everything you do in your real life? Could you
Okay, all I'm
please
just gonna
tell
say
me?
right now, if you got expiring meats and goods, your restaurant is sucking.
Yeah,
It means
That's
your
true.
food sucks.
That's true. You're not doing very good.
I mean, but don't things go unfresh pretty quickly, like meats?
You'd
and-
have to be
shrimp?
bad.
You
You'd
have to
be a
either
bad
suck
business.
at ordering your food, or like you're ordering way too much at a
Yeah.
time, or your food sucks and nobody's coming to eat the little amount of product you can afford to buy anyway.
Okay, now that being said, if you are into simulator type games, this actually looked pretty good. It showed all the things.
Do
It
you
had
like
the
those kind of
recipes.
games?
I've certainly
Sometimes,
played some simulator type games. I mean, SimCity, right? That's a great game.
Eh, it's not the same as
fuck
one
you
of
too,
those,
Steve.
right?
You're different. That's a city builder. Big difference. Get out of here. You're done.
No, whatever. Anyway, I probably would
I
play
mean,
a
it's
game
fine
like
if
this.
you do, but you go play that game, and I'll
Yeah, no.
play something else.
I just thought that you would think that was the game of the month.
No.
Well, I will
way.
say this though, Steve. That may be a good. Maybe that'd be a good training simulator for future managers.
Wouldn't
There
that
you
be
go.
hilarious?
To teach them the business.
Like,
you know?
here, come in here in the office. I've actually got a little training program for you. It's like one of those. I'm like, when you get all the trophies in this game, let me know, and then your training's over.
Your training's over.
You can work your way up to get a Michelin star in this game.
That's
One
nice.
Michelin star.
That's nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
definitely,
gosh,
definitely,
that's
dude.
funny. Does anybody else got any good games? What do you got, Dave? The
Yeah,
game
what
of
do you
the
got,
month.
Oh yeah, baby.
Game of the
The,
month.
the greatest RPG and the best simulator all in one.
What?
MLB The Show 23.
Oh,
God.
Dude,
I'm
dude,
for
you
real,
just-
y'all.
No,
for
Nathan, you played
real.
the wrong sound. It
plays
should be the
those.
horns. The wah, wah, wah.
Guys, for seriously though, for real, this game that Dave's talking about, if you're not familiar with it or haven't played it,
It's
you
baseball.
but it's cool the way how they did the
It's-
game.
it's
It's a
an actual
baseball game, but it's like an
RPG.
RPG. It's cool, man. Like if I'm gonna have to play a sports game, then make it like an RPG. That
And
would make it a lot
that-
better
The
for me.
BR
If you don't know, that is PlayStation. Like that is a PlayStation game.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know much about sports. So.
RPG.
I don't even play the game because I'm just not into baseball like that. But I've watched Dave play kind of a lot of it, and every time I'm like, this actually. There's a part of me that's like, I kind of want to try playing it because of this RPG element.
You force cool. Steve to watch baseball at your house?
No, I'd just be there and he'd be like playing it, and I'd just watch him because I was bored or whatever.
Yes, like it'd be a scenario like this: Steve come over for burritos. Just so happens while he's eating his burrito, Dave's playing MLB or whatever the heck he just said.
Yeah, and so I'm eating my burrito and just watching him play that game. Like, oh, this actually is kind of neat how they did this. Like, I have respect for that game, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, no, it's baseball. I'm out.
No, I hear you, dude. I don't play it because it's baseball too. But I'm telling you, man, if I had to play a baseball game, that's
baseball's
the one.
Terrible. No.
Well, for me, guys, I'm gonna have to go and listen. Before I say what mine is, I just want to say that Steve had to start this off with trying to make me feel bad for my pick, but it doesn't matter what Steve says. I really do believe this is going to be a great game.
I know what it is.
I'm so excited for it, and I think that there's no contest for March. I think that for sure the best game coming out in March is going to be Resident Evil 4. I just love the series.
It probably will.
Resident Evil 4 for me.
Like, in reality, that is definitely going to be the best game of the month. There's no
doubt.
Nothing even close to contesting it. But, for my pick, it's like a personal, like...
Let's see what sells more: Resident Evil 4, MLB The Show 2030.
Well, sales don't necessarily mean the best game, though. It's a good indicator.
That's true. That's true.
Sometimes people buy games that maybe don't work, such as Pokemon or something.
Dude, what if it turns out this time in MLB The Show, like a zombie apocalypse happens,
maybe
like in the middle of the game?
Zombies on the field this time, man.
Dude, that would be crazy.
No spoilers, okay? But let's just say from what they've done in the previous Resident Evil remakes, they have added storyline, and I will say this: if ever they want to take a new direction for Resident Evil, since let's all just say Resident Evil 5's where it took a major dump and started, losing fans, etc., this would be their last chance to be like, all right, Resident Evil 5's not going to be an action-based game. We're keeping the scariness, and they don't even have to change the story.
That would be cool if they remade Resident Evil 5, kept the story, but changed it to be like Resident Evil.
That would be epic.
That would be kind of neat, actually.
That would be epic.
I'd be into that.
Before we move on, though, I want to ask what you guys think about this. Uh-oh.
SpaghettiOs.
I think my, that's weird. Hang on. Oh, I see. Never mind. See what's going on. I thought the stream messed up. So do you guys think they're going to move over to Resident Evil 5 because they've got the option? They kind of skipped it, but they could move into Resident Evil Code Veronica remake. What do you guys think?
I actually hope that's the next thing they do. That makes the most sense to me. Come on, just do it. That was a
great game. That needs it. I think it needs it.
That actually needs a remake. Yeah. It really does.
And it's part of the main plot and lore and story.
I'll stand by that for the rest of my life.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, that's our games of the month, guys. And that will progress.
Game of the month.
Game of the month. Hey!
Yeah, it's the game of the month.
Now you're getting gamed of the month.
All right.
Gonna debate your ass right now. Gaming debate. Gonna fight and argue right now.
All right. What we got, Dave?
Hey, everybody. I got a little something to ruffle your feathers. A little bit of game debate here. Hopefully, I would assume everybody's on my side on this one, but I just want to go and throw this out. Let's rip that Band-Aid off. The Switch is overrated.
Nah, dude.
It's overrated. It's overrated.
So, in what way is it overrated? In what way is it overrated? In what way?
In my opinion, all right, this is why. Number one, here's what we got. I don't have a script like Steve, so this is all just coming off my head here. It's a console, right? That's like you can take portable, but let's be realistic. It's not a true console for your TV.
Yeah, it is.
It's just a portable handheld
No,
that you
dude,
can plug into the
it's
TV.
both. It is both.
You can
It is
plug,
so obvious.
plug it in. You know what else was too? Do you guys remember the Game Boy Advance cartridge or the Game Boy cartridge or whatever, the Super Game Boy thing, where you could plug it in and play your
The
Game
Super
Boy game on
Nintendo?
TV? Well, that was the same thing, but it was
No,
still
that
portable.
was not the same thing. How is that the same thing?
I'm just saying, like,
I don't think that's the same thing.
Sure, it's not overrated if you like, if your big thing is like Mario and Pokemon.
What?
Dude, there's so
Dude,
much
the,
more than
the
that
J,
on there.
the
That is
J,
the big thing.
the JRPG collection on the Switch is amazing. It has,
You
it has,
can't beat it.
it's so good. It's better than any other console. You could combine the PlayStation 4 and 5. You could combine the Xbox. Well, that's no competition. But let's just stick with
Don't bring
Sony.
Xbox into this conversation.
Xbox doesn't have a lot of JRPGs, so there's no reason to even mention them. But I feel like the Switch has been Nintendo's greatest console, at
Here's
least
my
in a very
problem
long
with
time.
it. Here's my
Yeah.
problem. My problem is I prefer the consoles, right? Or PC, where it's hard for me to play some of those games on some of the like TVs that I have, right? Like Pokemon doesn't feel right to me, for example, on a giant screen. But at the same time, I can't sit and dedicate a lot of time like hunched over and like trying to play those games or like hold the Switch up like this, you know? So to me it's just not practical for long gaming for me. Like, you know, I could put in a bunch of game time on the PC or the PlayStation. I just can't do it with the Switch.
I don't know, dude.
Oh,
I
you should
play
try
the
that.
Switch on my couch all the time on the TV, all the time.
It didn't hurt your neck?
No, you lay down.
Why would it? It's the
The
same as
TV?
I'm watching.
Yeah,
I'm talking
but-
about on the TV.
You can
Yeah,
lay
but
in
then I
any
gotta
position.
but then I've got to buy like a special controller to feel comfortable playing it. I hate the Joy-Cons by
Yeah,
itself. I think they're
Joy-Con.
garbage.
Yeah, Joy-Con is a little trash. I'll agree with
But
that.
you can though.
You
So,
can,
I
but
mean, like,
they
what is?
suck.
But what is? Who is? Tell me the claims of it. The overrated part about it. What's the overrated part?
It's just my opinion.
But
I just
nobody's
don't-
being like the Nintendo Switch is the best because you can use it as a handheld and as a console, even though it's really only a handheld.
Yeah,
And nobody's
dude, look
being
how-
like the Nintendo
the
Switch
the
is the
sales of
best
it.
because the Joy-Cons.
The sales of it alone put it in the category where I can debate that it's overrated, in my opinion.
What? The sales are warranted.
I feel like that.
Yeah, but in my opinion, they're not warranted.
But why? What's the overrated aspect of it? Why is it overrated?
Because what are you talking about? I
Well,
just told you my reasons.
Let me ask you this then. Do you think it's just the way you feel now because maybe the Switch is beyond its life cycle now and it's aged
It's
and
like 8 years old.
yeah, it's an antique by now. It's almost in game console years it's older than we are.
Yeah,
Truth.
you know, and I'll get a lot of flack for this. I just feel like it's just even like the the
Steam Deck?
handheld. I just don't. It just feels so niche-ish to me. The little handheld games, it's just a rough play for me.
I mean, actually, I agree with you on the Steam Deck. I just really don't see the point for the most part on that one because it's just playing your PC games on a handheld. I don't care that the Switch is handheld. It could be a console that you could only play on your TV, and I would still be as big
Yeah,
into it as I
I
am.
rarely play it in I know
and, hey,
most people enjoy it in the handheld, but I mostly play mine just hooked up.
I've got to say this too for anybody that's like, oh, people buy it, so it must not be overrated. Madden's like one of the highest selling games of all time. It's overrated garbage. It doesn't mean that it still can't be just because people
Dude,
buy
let me
it
tell you
doesn't
something
mean
right
it
now.
can't
I was
be.
counting the other day with my son. I sat and counted how many Mario title games that I have for the Switch, and I have 15 different Mario games, and every single one of them is a solid game.
Passionate. Just passionate about it.
Dude,
I
the most
Cool.
recent one I
Cool,
picked up
let's
was
make
Mario
us-
Golf, and
let's-
Mario Golf is
let's
fantastic.
let's make a system that I can put it on my TV that comes with a good controller that feels good to play that I enjoy. That would be cooler, Nintendo, in my opinion.
It's called the Switch 2.
It's called the Switch 2. Yeah. I believe
Okay,
so.
well, I probably won't think that's overrated.
I bet you will.
We'll see. We'll see.
Did you also think the Wii was overrated?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
The Wii.
Oh, yeah.
I was
yeah.
a Wii hater.
The Wii was
come on,
overrated.
give me-
Steve,
yeah.
Hater right from the beginning.
Steve,
Yeah.
tell everybody what you told me when we were talking about the GameCube.
Wait, what did I tell you? I can't remember.
Never mind.
now.
Okay, it was a slight conversation. We were talking about the GameCube, and I was like, man, the GameCube just has aged so well. You play those games, and I was like, you know what? Was the Wii even, was it like the same graphics? And Steve
I
was like,
swear it was, man.
or even
I swear
worse,
it looked
maybe.
worse.
Or even
I
worse.
feel like it looked worse.
Yeah, the Wii pissed me off because I was terrified that the world of gaming was going to go into motion controls 100%. I was terrified, and I do not like swinging my arms around. You know what I mean? I want to hold a
same.
controller. I don't like
I don't like
touch
motion
screens.
controls either.
Yeah, and I don't like motion controls, man. I want buttons.
You don't play that Beats game where you got the two little lightsabers or Dance Dance Revolution? or-
No,
Beat Saber.
that's
yeah.
that's
Those are
for,
fun.
I mean, I don't know. Not really. I mean, they're like.
I lost 45 pounds on Wii Sports.
No, hold on. Don't.
Good for them.
Fuck you, Dave. Fuck you. That new Switch one, I can't even think what it's called. Has the Pilates wheel.
Don't bring that Switch into this conversation.
No, dude, that game is legit.
That game is totally legit. Okay,
That game
so
is so legit.
it's
Hey,
so
games like
legit.
that.
Ring Fit Adventure.
Ring Fit Adventure. Thank you.
Games
Please,
like that, and I will
interrupt
say
me.
this: games like that, and I will say this: this is where the Switch could do so
It's getting
much
heated.
greatness. Is look the Mario Kart thing they did,
What
like that, where it was like AR. You know what I mean? Where it was like,
Oh,
Where you built the track out of cardboard or whatever that
Yeah.
shit is.
sweet.
that
It is
was
cool.
listen.
It is
That could have. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
mean, it
that's
was-
that's pretty cool.
Listen, that was a good idea, but I gotta say, every once in a
It
while,
was on the
Nintendo.
same level as the Power Glove. Are you kidding me?
That's what I'm
get
saying.
That shit out.
That's what I was about to say. Every once in a while, Nintendo just goes crazy. They do something weird. Remember, they just got obsessed with cardboard out of nowhere. They're making all the weird.
We've got this
mech-
surplus of cardboard. Let's fucking sell it to our people.
I didn't get into all that. The
Yeah.
Labo stuff.
But it was a good idea. The Mario Kart thing was a really good idea. Where you had toys and they were real and they had cameras, so you were really racing them. But I'll tell you what, they didn't think about when they made that game was cats. They didn't think of cats because you cannot play that game if you have a cat. It will destroy your tracks. It will knock over the Mario. It's like the boss of the level when you're playing that game. You see the cat and you're like, no, leave it alone, because it'll just come over and just knock the car away. Great idea, though. I agree. It was a cool idea.
I'd just get rid of the cats.
Yeah, me too.
What?
I'm not a cat person.
Yeah, I'd get rid of the
Oh.
cats. Keep the Mario Kart, man.
Get out of here.
Cats
can't-
out of here.
Oh my gosh.
We've just gone on to cat versus not cat people. Get out of here.
You cannot say that on the internet. Oh my goodness.
That's right. We love cats. Here at Gamer Geezing, all four of us are pro cats. Thank you. Shut up, Steve. Shut up, Dave.
Take your feelings and
Okay.
stuff them deep down inside. All right.
Anyway, back to Ring Fit Adventure.
Yeah,
That
whatever.
game is so legit.
It
You
is.
interrupted me, Dave, and you went on a tangent. I'm on a tangent too. It's my tangent time. That
All
game
right.
is so legit that I was getting a exercise science degree, and I was gonna write a program. Like I was going to try to pitch whatever gym that I worked at to have a class. Thank you. To have a class built upon this game where we had 3 switches set up and they could all play the game, and I could show them how to. It was beautiful. It's completely legit. I've lost weight on it. I've of course gained it back because I stopped playing it, but that's besides the point. It's a solid game. All right,
Dude,
thank you,
it's
Nate.
pretty hardcore, man. I played it and I was like, well, this ain't no joke. I thought it was gonna not be that brutal, but
No,
I was,
it's
I was
super
hurting,
brutal.
man. I was hurting afterwards.
All right.
It's hardcore, and if you turn it up, if you keep going up and keep going up, it's hard. It's a hard game. You will sweat. You will sweat and lose weight.
Dude, it is the most bummer thing ever in that game when you lose a boss fight.
Oh, that would be
There's boss
something I've
fights.
never done, Steve.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can.
you-
Yeah, because there's fights and stuff in it that you have to do, but you have to do exercises to do the fights, and they're like JRPG style
It's
turn-based combat.
exercise
What?
RPG.
Yeah,
You're
dude,
kidding.
it's
It's
cool. man.
awesome. It is awesome.
All right,
Okay.
y'all
They need to make a second
are
game.
sweating me out. Y'all are sweating me out after this. My opinion here on this.
Well, it was awful.
The game debate. So
Switch is
we're
wonderful.
just shutting this one down, guys. We're just shutting this one
All
down
right,
before I
we're
lose
moving
too
on.
much.
Moving on.
You know what that means? It's time for.
It's not perfect, Dave, but it's a great console. Go fuck yourself.
All right, guys, it's time for Retro Rewind. We're going to talk about one old game per episode, okay? And we're going to take turns with who's going to, pick the game that we're going to discuss, and we're all going to play it through the week so that we can all kind of discuss it. If everybody did their homework, we'll find out right now. Daimlos, why don't you tell them what game you picked this week for the podcast?
So the wheel unfortunately landed on me, and I had to pick a retro game. And for me, I don't have a huge amount of time to dive into a game, so I picked one that I'm playing right now.
Oh,
So I picked Paper Mario
Mhm.
from the Nintendo 64. It is a classic of mine. I played it back when it came out, and I had just been talking to a buddy at work about it, and of course, the newest one, the Origami King. I even have it, Origami King. It was a great game. I was so satisfied with it, so I wanted to see what you guys thought about it as well.
I want to say this real quick. Paper Mario is the sequel to Super Mario RPG. Now, Super Mario RPG is made by Square in their not their hiatus, their highest point when they were just epic gods of RPGs. And they didn't have Square anymore. So Nintendo had to make, which originally was called Super Mario RPG 2. They decided to go with the paper theme. I'll say this. I don't think it holds a candle to Super Mario RPG, but it's still a really good game. And I think the graphics hold up today. And I didn't realize that until I played it for this show, because I haven't played it in ages. Dude, the graphics are good. It looks good.
Yeah, dude, it still looks awesome.
And the Nintendo
It's
64
that
wasn't
2D
known.
format?
Yeah, they weren't known for like good 2D graphics. There's only a few games with 2D, and they kind of didn't look so great. At least to me, who owned the Sega Saturn, the king of 2D. I always felt like the Nintendo 64 looked too blurry for 2D. It just didn't really work. It was better suited for 3D. But this game proves they could do it. Somebody with a lot, Nintendo themselves. And it's a good game, and it's fun. It's whimsical. I like it. It's a classic. I agree.
It's funny. It's
hilarious.
It introduced a different kind of take where you're not having 3 to 5 characters with you. It's just you and your
And a
little buddy
partner.
yeah. It's completely different. I'd never played an RPG that was more like that, where there was still turn-based gaming, but it was just you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Dave?
I'm glad he suggested or picked that one, because when that game first came out, I kind of ignored it.
I think a lot of people did.
Yeah, I didn't even really look into it.
Well, to
It
be
just didn't
fair,
interest
we
me.
didn't really have an N64 until way
That's
late
true,
in the
too.
game.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but I played it this week, and I was pleasantly surprised. And I do agree, it looks really good for its age.
Yeah, I'll
It
admit
really
that
does.
when I played it, I kept it kind of a secret. It wasn't a game at that time that I was willing to run around and talk about because I was in high school.
I thought you meant this week.
No.
Oh.
No, I meant when it released.
Watch out, Winter.
But I did
playing
own
some
it.
Secret Nintendo.
I didn't get it when it launched. I ended up finding it. I actually remember it really well. Found it at Babbage's or one of those. I think it was EB Boutique. What was that? EB something. And the sticker.
Electronics Boutique.
B&B.
Electronics
Electronics
Boutique.
Boutique.
Yeah.
We're geezers.
And my sticker was torn. The little label, it was like all faded, like somebody laid out in the sun for a long time, and it was torn. But I played it back then, liked it then, but I hadn't touched it since this week. And it's a good game. It's good.
Solid game.
Yeah,
Did you guys play the Origami King at all?
I have not.
I haven't yet, but it's on my list of games to acquire for the Switch. I have a disgusting collection.
How does it stack up?
Great question, Nathan. Thank you. The Origami King, I think, is kind of back to where it was. Now,
Oh, really?
instead of it just being turn-based, where it kind of gets a little stale after a while. I mean, when you do that so long and it's the same thing over and over, pick your hammer, pick to jump on them, it gets a little stale. This game does a good job of like switching it up. So now you're on this like wheel, right? And there are 4 layers of your wheel, and you have to like a combination lock. You have to move the bad guys into a place where you can either jump on all 4 of them in a row or hammer out a square of guys. And so each puzzle, there is a solution where you can do it just in one hit and not lose anything if you figure it out in time. And of course it's timed. So like the pressure is on and it plays that sound that, the ticking clock and all that. But now that being said, the history of the game, a lot of people hate pretty much everything after Paper Mario. Like the people that are really hardcore about Paper Mario don't like any of these other games. And I didn't play anything other than Origami King. I've missed everything in between, but evidently it was all terrible.
Dude, what? 1000-Year Door on GameCube was awesome. I'm sorry.
It was maybe the best one, but I haven't played Origami.
Everything I've read.
Dude, play that game.
It's great.
Okay.
It's great. It's like, I feel like that was... Now, I haven't played Origami.
I thought that was the best one.
But to me, that was the best one. Yeah, but I haven't played Origami. But to me, it was...
I haven't either.
I thought it was the best one. I think that one was so good that one was one where maybe it dethroned Super Mario RPG. Maybe.
Dude, it rules.
It was good.
I can't believe people don't like that game.
Everything I read, it was just hate except for the very original one. It's so maybe I was on like the P99 version of Paper Mario.
You might have been.
You never know, man.
Neckbeards,
Wow.
Paper Mario neckbeards.
You're like, no, your door sucks.
That is Retro Rewind for this week. Next week we'll have another game, and we're just going to kind of move through all kinds of cool retro games. We'll play them through the week so we can kind of discuss them and that kind of thing. But guys, real quick before we move on to the next section, I do want to say we're coming up. We're getting close to community calls. If you want to jump in, you want to talk to us live, on my Discord, there's a special channel in the voice channels called Podcast Call-In. You can hop in that room, and we can drag you in to talk about the show or video games or whatever you want to talk about, as long as it's appropriate. And by appropriate, that's a pretty large margin. So hop in there.
We will boot you.
Yeah. Hop in there if you want to talk to us. We'll bring you live on the air. But here we go, guys. Next subject.
All your gaming secrets will be revealed tonight on Skeletons in Your Closet.
Go.
Welcome to the Skeletons in the Closet portion of the show, where we tell you a story that is something we'd rather left unsaid. Now, I tried to think if there was a really good story for me that involved gaming. Yeah, I got Skeletons in the Closet, but ones involving gaming was hard for me. So actually, one of my fans sent in a story about a skeleton in their closet involved with gaming. They wished to not be named, so I'm just going to read this short submission that they sent to me, and then we'll see what you guys think about that. So for the sake of this... for the show, this person will be called John. They don't want their real name to be given away. Okay, so there was a gamer. His name was John. He was playing his favorite game, a popular first-person shooter, with his friends. He was so focused on the game that he didn't realize that he had been playing for over 5 hours straight. So suddenly, while he's gaming, he felt a rumble in his stomach, and he knew that he had to use the bathroom urgently, right? Mm-hmm. So John didn't want to pause the John didn't want to pause the game.
Find the poop sock.
And loses. John didn't want to pause the game and lose his momentum, so he decided to keep playing the game and use the bathroom at the same time. He placed his wireless headset on the sink and took its controller with him to the bathroom. Everything was going well until John's mom walked in and saw him sitting on the toilet with his headset on and a controller in his hand. John's mom was horrified and embarrassed by what she saw. She scolded John for his behavior and reminded him of the importance of taking breaks and prioritizing personal hygiene. From that day on, John made sure to take proper breaks and never played games in the bathroom again. So what do you guys think about that?
I think, wow, that must be a very,
Keep in
very
mind that this story happened when he was 25 years old.
The specifics in that story are just, it's interesting what he sent you.
Yeah.
See, what this brings me back to is that he would have had no problem if he was playing the Switch, Dave. If he was playing the fucking Switch, he'd have no problem.
That is my favorite part of the Switch is you can take it with you and take it dump.
That's true, but you can do the same thing. What you need is a 50-foot HDMI cord or a 100-foot, and then you just bring the console with you and plug it in, or just bring the HDMI cable and plug it into the TV in your bathroom.
Oh my god,
that's what I do.
Walking around with HDMI cords. That's a good one. I do gotta say this, guys, though, just as a warning, real quick. This really happened. This is a true story. So it's kind of a skeleton in my closet, I guess. If you do that, like I do, like that's usually when I bring my Switch with me. Is if I'm taking a dump and I'm playing RPG or whatever, and I just pick up my Switch and bring it with me to the bathroom. Here's the problem. One time I just sat there, like the poop was long over, okay? And I'm still sitting there. And because I'm into the game, I kind of actually forgot I was taking a dump, to be honest. And I'm still there. I'm just sitting there. And I don't know if it's because I didn't wipe, because, I was just playing my Switch, right? I don't know if that's what did it, or if it was the position I was in. But I got basically a hernia from sitting on the toilet for too long. I swear.
That can happen.
I was leaned over, you know what I'm saying, playing the Switch, like leaned over, and I don't know if it's a position. I don't know what went wrong, but I did. That did happen to me, and it was awful. It was, and
as a fellow geezer, are you eating your prunes regularly?
I don't eat prunes very often, no. But
you should really get into it.
I didn't tell anybody. Like, obviously, I had to do something about it. So I just told everybody it must be an old injury from work, but actually it was. I wasn't going to go to the doctor, but so I was playing my Switch and I forgot I was in the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown man. So, true story, though. So be careful with that. Be careful with that. All right.
That's creepy.
That does that wrap up? Anybody else?
I think that about wraps it up.
Skeleton, if I've never heard one.
All right, guys. Yeah. Here's one of our
Poor John.
Here's one of the more interesting parts of this show. Here we go.
Sports in 5 freaking minutes with Dave.
Hey guys, it's Dave. Welcome to Sports in 5 minutes or less. And here's our rundown for this week. Are you guys ready for March Madness? Well, so is Alabama, Houston, Kansas, and Purdue, who are selected as the #1 seeds in the NCAA tourney. Why the Fairleigh Dickinson Knights, Texas Southern Tigers, Southeast Missouri State Redhawks, the Texas A&M Corpus Christi Islanders, and the Howard Bison were picked as the worst of the worst, still outshining those NIT losers. Want to know the rest of the bracket? Look it up, schmucks. I've only got 5 minutes. Who's your Cinderella this year? Mine's Kent State, but I wouldn't bet your family's souls on it. You know what I'm saying. Over in the NFL, Jalen Ramsey has been shipped off to the Miami Dolphins for a 3rd-round pick and a no-name tight end. At 28 years of age, Ramsey should slot in nicely beside Howard after cutting Jones this offseason. Elsewhere in the NFL, the Vikings let go of the only player left with heart on the team, Minnesota native Adam Thielen, after a decade with the organization. Have fun with Kirk Thuggins, Minnesota. Sticking in the NFC North, the Chicago Bears took the Carolina Panthers to Pound Town while trading the 1st overall pick for this year's 9th overall, a 2nd-rounder, 2024's 1st-round pick, their 2025 2nd-round pick, and their star wide receiver DJ Moore. If you're not a fan of either team, don't worry, they still look to be perennial garbage fires. Over in baseball, Japan continues to dominate in the World Baseball Classic, undefeated and showing no signs of quit. Team Ohtani looks to continue its dominance. And a little bit of sports history for you. This day in 1903, the New York Highlanders, aka the Yankees, baseball franchise was proved as a member of the American League. And that's my Sports in 5 or less. back to you.
Oh, it's over already. All right.
Oh, whoa.
Community call.
We're gonna take some calls.
Community call.
I love hearing calls.
You call in.
Yeah?
We'll
Is
answer.
that so?
Community call.
Sounds great.
Oh, community calls. We want to hear from you. Our opinions, yes, they're old, they're curmudgeon-y. That's fine. But we want to hear your opinion too. So if you want to come on the show, please join Nathan's Discord. We're all in there. We're watching for you. We'd love you to come in. So hopefully let's okay. Oh, it looks like we do have one. We got one. Let's bring in nameless person. Okay, nameless person. You want to go? Okay. What do you have to say? What brings you on the show today?
Brother, are you there? Brother.
Who's
Yeah.
that?
Who are you looking for?
I know
Yeah,
that
sorry,
voice.
Who's this?
I'm looking for my brother. He's missing. I can't find him.
I
When,
think
when
maybe,
did you see him last?
I think you're in the wrong chat, bud.
Yeah,
I-
I think maybe you have the wrong number. Are you trying to call the police?
You don't understand, my brother. He's supposed to be coming and saving me, but then they ended the season of Cringe Pony, and now, my brother, how long will I have to wait for season 3?
Is that you, Two Punch Killer? Are you talking to us from another dimension, another universe? There with the neckbeard god?
I'm using the power of the neckbeard to communicate over the waves of the internet. Have you seen my brother?
Actually, I'm gonna have to stop you there. I have a question for you since you went ahead and called in. How big
I thought
are
he
the
was supposed to
neckbeards
ask us the
exactly?
questions.
I know. I just have to know.
How big or what?
How big are the neckbeards? How tall are they?
Yeah.
Oh, they're huge, man. They're probably at least 60 feet tall. But if I could get my brother here, we could do it together. We could defeat
Dang.
them with teamwork, just like the old days.
Just like the old days.
That's fucking teamwork.
Oh my gosh. The One Punch Killer somehow called in. I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't.
Oh,
I
wow.
hope he has a good
That's-
question for us. Unless
yeah,
he's
you
just
got any
gonna look for
questions
his
for
brother.
us? One Punch.
Well, I can't believe that. Who is this Dave guy coming on the show and talking bad about the Nintendo Switch?
Oh,
Two Punch
jeez.
Killer loves the Switch.
Even the One Punch
He loves
Killer
it.
likes the Switch.
Oh no.
I used to play with
That's right.
only one of the Joy-Cons, and then I learned to use both hands and play with both of them. I love the
Power is
Switch.
yours.
Oh my god.
Bro, you died. You died using 2 punches. I can't even. I
He
can't
has
even
never
talk about
died.
it.
We have
It's
yet to see him die.
Well, his
Dude.
soul is gonna be damned.
Dude, I realize now that this is like a little sneak peek. It turns out that there's like almost like a DBZ afterlife thing going on in the realm of MMO.
You're right. You're right.
All right, well, guys, that's all I had to say. If you see my brother or hear about season 3 of MMO Cop, let me know. I'm totally ready to go to battle with the neckbeards.
Thanks for calling.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, Dan. Thanks for calling in.
Well, that
I
was
love
weird.
Two Punch Killer.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wasn't expecting
That was
that. To be
odd.
honest.
Hopefully
Okay.
next
celebrity.
next show you guys come in this room and we can have a real caller. from the
It's unfortunate because I'm really upset. Nathan wasn't even to ask questions. I think he was so
I know.
starstruck.
I was so starstruck, dude. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And plus, he was kind of put me on the grill there about season 3, so I didn't want to
Yeah,
endanger
Dude,
sure.
it turns out like they can communicate from the dead like Kame. Dude, that was totally giving me that
Power
Dragon
of the
Ball Z
neckbeard.
vibe.
If you touch the neckbeard, you can communicate with people across the universe.
Dude, that's hilarious. We should maybe make that canon. But anyway.
All right, next section
Write that
then.
down.
No callers. We're moving on.
News it. News it. News it. What's the name of this show?
Welcome, everybody. This is where we just talk about news in general. So things going on in the world, the strange, the mysterious, the awesome, the cool, not necessarily political, but, just things happening in the world. And we got a little bit of a debate here. We're not 100% sure what the producers meant by the name of the show, because I think it's just news hit. Like, what's the hits? What's the main hitting points for the news? What do you guys think?
I
Looks
think,
like. What do you think, Dave?
I think it's new shit.
New shit?
What was it?
Like new
shit.
shit?
New shit.
Like the new shit.
So we should be talking
Yeah,
about
like new
new
shit.
shit.
Like,
Oh.
yeah, that's some new shit right there.
Yeah, okay.
It's a little
I mean, I
crass.
can kind of see it that way. It is crass.
I'm a little crass.
It
That's
seems
all right.
inappropriate.
Seems a little inappropriate. I think
Look,
it's just
the way
news
how I
hit.
saw it was like new shit.
What is that?
Like, like, oh man, give him the noosh. Now he's gonna really noosh it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
okay.
what would
okay.
that segment be about?
You know what I'm saying? Noosh it.
Like Teddy Newshit. The
Kind of like that. Kind of
Okay.
like that. It's almost like a newt without the nt and the sh in noosh it.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Sure. All right.
classic stuff.
Well, this is unbelievable because I took it a fourth different way. I think it's both. I think it's news shit. That news is shit. So it's news shit.
sharing
Oh,
the
news
S. Sharing the
shit.
S.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's news.
It's news shit.
News
News shit.
shit. News shit.
News.
News
Oh.
shit. Yeah.
New
Okay.
shit.
Okay.
New shit. Or
Well,
nooshin it.
Well,
News shit.
it,
Oh,
New
whatever it
shit.
is.
I don't think we're going to solve this today, but we'll get back to you, sorry audience, when we figure out what the producer meant by the name of the show. But I do want to talk
News
about
shit.
my main thing that's really got me concerned recently, even though this does actually go back to 2005, is the breaking apart of Africa.
Sheila, I said hold the fucking phone, all right? Don't be
Uh-oh.
fucking stupid.
Oh no,
His
Sheila's acting up.
secretary
again.
What?
sucks, dude.
His
Jesus.
secretary, listen,
I'm
guys.
sorry, guys.
It's okay.
I'm sorry
we
about that.
understand. His secretary's really rough. I've been telling them to fire her and just hire Chat GPT.
She doesn't listen.
Our chat
At least-
is-
Everyone heard you.
Anyway,
That's all.
Anyway, yeah, what do you guys think about that? And plus, they're also talking about, and related or not related, but they're also claiming recently that they believe that the Earth's core has stopped moving or spinning or something. What do you guys think about that?
I have heard talk of that. Probably just means the planet will end soon or something like that. You know, no big deal.
I will say this: if this planet ends before Pantheon: Rise of the Fallen comes out, I will.
Do not say that. Do
Freaking-
not curse us.
I made a video about that. Remember that on Cringe Pony?
Yes, I do.
I do not want that to actually come true. I didn't mean for that to be prophetic. That was supposed to be a joke.
Well, it's fine. If the Earth does end, then we'll just go play Brad's new game up in heaven.
Sure. It did for sure. It pauses. It's a pause. It happens every like 70 years or something like that, or 700 years. I
But
forget.
that's
that
just
why
a,
we're-
but that's just a theory, right? And they're kind of saying like this is maybe normal, but we haven't really been tracking.
Oh no, it
this
is
for a while.
it is normal.
It turns out this
Would
is
you
how
know,
you
Dave?
produce wizard's cheese.
I know because I like to read popular mechanics and science news. That's why.
It's true.
Science news. Come on, that's not even real.
It's
Science
true, all of
news.
it.
Scientific journal, right?
Science news.
Science news,
No,
science
there's
news.
science news.
Yeah, it's all.
That's a real
Science
thing.
news. Science news.
Science
Like,
news. Science
Science
news. Science
news.
news. Science news. Science news.
Clues.
It is.
What's the show supposed to be about again?
I think we're talking about the news
shit.
hit.
We're
No,
talking about the news,
News
Steve, not news.
I'm trying to think of a good example of nooshin' it with you guys.
I know, that's
You guys
the
are talking
problem.
About this weird shit.
I got
All this
something pretty
weird
wild.
new shit.
Look, we
I got
didn't.
some.
The producer didn't tell us. We really don't know. We're just
I
going.
got-
rolling with the punches here.
I got some real new shit for you guys. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
This happened
News
over in the
shit.
UK. This happened over in the UK. This
Jub
week.
Jub Jubins, baby.
This couple, all right, and if you're got kids, cover their ears. This couple at a hotel. Now this is pretty crazy to me. They banged it up so hard that they disturbed so many guests that the hotel was having to refund the guest money because of how much they were keeping people up all through the night. Think about that for a
From
second.
banging?
Yes, dude.
Jeez.
Wow. That's the news from this show. somebody had loud
That is
sex.
some shitty news. That is some
Sex was
shitty.
so loud.
shitty
Hotel had to issue refunds
I
to
mean,
other guests.
doesn't that happen at Super 8 every single day?
Yeah, maybe the room beside you, but not down the hall.
Oh, down the hall, I guess. Listen,
Or on a different floor, like 3 floors higher than you.
the
probably.
whole hotel.
They
Well,
actually thought it was an earthquake.
are they?
Yeah, okay.
Are they 100% sure that was even what they were doing?
No, they
They could have
they
just
may
been.
they may have been something else.
They might have just been playing a really exciting video game, you know?
Or murdering somebody.
Or it could have been a murder.
Wii Fit
Or
adventure.
murdering someone. That's possible
Jeez.
too.
Well, we also got a crazy wintry blizzard hitting across the United States. We've got
Do we?
even like California's
Look
been hit
outside.
already. They're about to hit
I
again.
don't want to have this happen to me again.
I'm seeing it already where I'm at. We're getting another blast
Oh,
of
man.
snow. Yep.
Oh, man.
Well, it's actually really bad. I'm over in California, and I'm
Oh,
actually
man.
I'm an hour and a half from where they're getting hit so hard, and just it was over 12 foot of snow up in Big
Oh,
Bear,
damn it.
and over 12 people died
Damn it.
Dang.
just from the
damn it.
first one. But they're gonna get hit again, and they still haven't recovered. They're actually trying to get a state of emergency on it. They already did a state of emergency through California, and they're trying to get a federal state of emergency.
Oh, damn it.
Okay.
Damn it.
All right.
Damn it.
Well, I tell you what. I tell you what this is. Who wants to role play with me real quick?
I'll do it.
Okay. Let's act out a person calling in because it's snowing outside and they're calling 911. Okay, they're calling
Because
rescue
it's snowing.
services.
Am I the 911 operator or the caller?
Which would you rather be?
It doesn't matter to me.
I'll be the caller. You be the 911 operator. How about that?
All right.
All right. So
Thank you for calling 911. This is your operator, Steve. How can I help you today?
did they do that? Did they say how can I help you?
What's your emergency?
What's your emergency?
How can I help you today?
This is the worst role play ever. You
All
didn't
right,
even know
all
what
right.
they say.
That was out of character. That was out of character. Yes, I'm calling in because there's a lot of snow and I'm getting real tired of it.
What do you mean there's a lot of snow? Where are you located? What state are you in?
I'm in the great state of Wisconsin, and it is a lot of snow. Like, it won't stop.
Yeah, didn't you watch the weather?
Listen,
Sir, I don't believe this is an emergency.
it is. I'm in the bushes.
Sir, I need you to go back into your home.
I can't. I'm snowed out.
Well,
Can't
what
get
sounds
in.
Like, it sounds to me like maybe you're snowed in.
No, I'm snowed out. I'm outside. It's cold,
Yeah,
and
but
it won't
you're
stop
s-
snowing.
It sounds like you're snowed into the outside.
Please, send help. We need to bring spring immediately. Please, send somebody.
I definitely am sending an officer your direction. I don't know if there's anything we can do about the snow situation.
Oh my gosh, I
What's
see
his
him. I see him
what's-
coming.
what's his
Who wants
address?
to
What's
be the
his
cop?
address?
Who wants to be the cop?
I'm the cop.
Okay. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, I see that. Okay. Officer, please help me.
Sir, can I get your name, please?
We're doing improv now.
Yes, my name is Shasna.
Yes.
Come up with names, isn't it?
Mr. Shasna, why are you out here in the snow?
I'm snowed out. Please help me.
Have you been drinking, sir?
Coca-Cola's, yes, a lot.
Sir, I'm going to need you to step over here, please.
Okay. Did you bring spring?
I'm going to need you to put your finger on your nose.
Okay.
All right, now I'm going to need you to stand on one leg.
Okay, stand up on one leg.
Okay, sir.
I just peed my pants. You see it. I just peed my pants.
All right, so I'm going to need you to jump backwards through the snow while
Okay.
reciting the alphabet backwards.
Okay, okay, Z, Y, X, W. I just hit a snowbank and I fell. Okay, but I'm trying to keep going.
Sir, you have clearly been drinking. I'm going to need you to get up immediately and come and put your hands on the vehicle, please.
Will that help with spring coming, sir?
Sir, yes, it will. I can get you put away, and we can make sure that you do not have to deal with this. Make sure you don't have to deal with this again until spring.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, what the
Thank you,
heck's
officer.
going on over there? It looks like a cop's being mean to that homeless guy. You see
Okay.
that? I'm getting my phone camera out. I'm getting
Hey,
my phone
hey,
camera out.
sir, I need you to put your phone down. Sir, I need you to put your
it's
phone
my
down.
right to record. It's my right to record.
This-
You're abusing that man.
This
Operator?
homeless man was trying to
I
break
saw
into
you
the
push him
house.
down to the ground. I saw you push him down to the ground. I'm getting all of this. I'm on
Give me-
TikTok
give me
live
the phone.
right now. I'm
Give
on
me the
TikTok
phone right
live.
now.
I'm calling 911. I'm calling
That's
911 again. I'm
against
getting
my
scared.
rights.
Dimos, you're
That's
up.
against
You're the
my
911
rights.
operator now. I'm calling.
911, what's
Give
your
me the phone
emergency?
right now.
Yes, we've got some. I got some a police officer and one of my neighbors are in a horrible
see
argument
you.
in the snow.
The whole world is watching. The
I
whole
will
world
shoot
is
you
watching.
if you do
the
not
whole
drop
world
the
is
phone.
watching. The whole
I
world
will
is
your name,
shoot
watching.
sir?
you.
The whole
My
world
name is
watching.
Chasna. My name is Chasna. We need to get somebody out here quickly.
All right, I'm sending an officer right away. Don't hang up the phone.
Okay.
Don't tase me, bro.
I gotta call in.
Whoop, whoop.
I gotta call someone now.
Okay. I'm gonna be the other officer that just arrived on the scene.
Hey, we need a ambulance. We gotta call an ambulance, and I had to. I accidentally shot that person with the phone.
You shot the guy with the phone, the neighbor.
Yeah, he was. I felt threatened. I thought it was a
I'm
gun.
bleeding out,
I asked him to
man.
stop.
Oh no.
I need him to
Bleeding
stop.
out, man.
Listen, we're gonna have to do something with this body. We're not just, this is not good in this day and age. We're gonna have
not
to
dead
destroy the
yet.
phone. We're gonna have to destroy the phone.
oh,
my
this
gosh,
is
she's
not
still alive.
dead.
Hang on, bro. I got this.
I'm
Remember,
bleeding out.
I remember you took
Somebody help
took my
me.
sister to the prom back in high school, and I really
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah,
that
dude.
because she had that big wart on her head. and
Oh
you were-
man, she was ugly.
I'm bleeding
Yeah,
out, man.
Hey, listen,
Hey guys,
don't
how
rub
are
it
you
in.
doing? I'm just a random passerby with a shovel here.
Kill
what
your
happened,
TV,
sir?
man.
So what happened was this homeless man opened fire.
Yeah, you
on
might want to get
this
down. You might want to get down,
neighbor.
sir.
So
Hit the
we
ground.
had
Stay
to-
low.
We had to take him down. We're trying to get rid of him right now.
Okay, I'm trying to run over to the neighbor.
He looks dead.
He is dead
Let
now.
me hit him with my shovel quick.
Yeah,
Dong.
yeah. Check. Sir, he's not responding. He's not
I
responding.
me
think,
do it
I
again.
think he may have said something. Hit him again to make sure. Aim for the
I'll do it a
head.
third time. Triple check. Triple check. Dong.
I think. Oh, he's still making noise. I pull out my gun.
I think he's dead. I think he's
Oh,
gone.
man,
All right, we're good. Let's
Just
go. Let's
check.
go. Let's go.
He's dead.
Sir, you were a
Unless he's
witness
a
to
witch.
that. You saw how dangerous he was, right? Like
Yeah,
we had
he
to
was
do.
shooting guns everywhere.
He was uncontrollable. Honestly.
All right.
Self-defense.
Well,
Shovel
like-
defense.
Looks like we wrapped that up really well. Thanks.
And that's what happens when there's too much snow.
That's why it's
Use
dangerous.
it.
That's
Oh,
why it's
now
dangerous.
I get it. Now I get it. Thank you
Now
for
you get it.
demonstrating that to
Yeah,
me.
I figured we could get to the bottom of that if we just acted it out. I figured we could figure
Yeah,
out.
that makes
what
more
the-
sense.
That's what the danger is. So this is Blizzard coming through, guys. Watch out! Like
Don't
this is
forget
serious.
It can
your
cause a lot of
blizzard
harm.
safety.
Yeah.
Don't forget your blizzard safety.
Hang on a second, guys. Hang on. I got the producer on the line. Hang on.
Oh god. Oh god. This is
trouble.
it.
He said that was not what he had intended. Anyway, we'll get back with news hit.
New
or
shit.
New shit.
New shit.
News.
New shit.
We
New
don't
shit.
know.
News. Shit.
We'll get with the producer after the show. I'm sorry, guys. We did our best based on the information given to us. All right, here we go.
Hey.
Actually,
Thanks for shopping at Taco
not-
John's.
Actually, not. Here we go. That's the end of the show.
Yeah, that's it. That's how we ended it. That's
So-
awesome.
Thanks, everybody. This is our new podcast. We're doing it weekly on Sundays, and it does go up on all places you find podcasts tomorrow after I edit everything. So you're here for the live recording. That's what this show is. We are going to have a YouTube channel. I do highly recommend. I would tell you to go follow it right now, but it's not actually operational yet. But we are going to get that YouTube channel up. We will eventually, once it gets its bearings, we're going to switch over and we'll start doing our live recordings over there, as well as individually making content if we want to on the channel about all gaming, not just RPGs, not just MMOs, but just all things gaming related. I hope you had fun. Thanks for coming for the recording. And everybody, let's sign off.
Peace,
Thanks so much, everybody.
Peace, my favorite little friends.
Thanks for your support, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
What? Calzone fever, baby.
We're just a few guys trying to make it in the podcast world. You can help by supporting this podcast. Download it, share it, like it, and subscribe to the channels. Because After all, we just brought you a lot of freaking entertainment. And I think it's time to support us and keep us alive, because everybody's got to eat, including dirty, nasty podcast people. I hope you enjoyed the podcast, and remember, new episodes are uploaded Mondays to all the places where podcasts be. You'll find Game Geezin, the best gaming podcast ever made. And I'm not just saying that because I'm in the podcast. So support us, Game Geezin, and we'll see you next week.